Welcome to Chasing Curiosity. TV subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The world watched in shock as high-definition footage captured the Chinese Coast Guard unleashing a powerful water cannon on a Philippine supply ship near Second Thomas Shoal. The incident, broadcast across global news networks, instantly drew international attention to the escalating tensions in the South China Sea, a region already fraught with territorial disputes and military posturing. The BRP Sierra Madre, a rusting but resolute Philippine naval ship intentionally grounded on the shoal, serves as a symbol of the nation's determination to defend its territory. Its Marines depend on regular supply runs for food, water, and medicine, lifelines that are now under threat. This time, what should have been a routine mission turned unexpectedly violent, highlighting the ever-present danger faced by those stationed on the front lines. The Chinese vessel's water cannon shattered the supply boat's windows, leaving the crew shaken and several injured. The attack was not just a show of force, but a calculated act of intimidation, sending a chilling message to all who challenged China's claims. For the Philippines, this was more than a maritime dispute. It was a direct assault on national sovereignty and pride. The Marines, standing guard on the battered ship, became symbols of resistance and resilience. The incident, caught on camera and replayed countless times, became a rallying cry for the nation. It exposed the stark power imbalance in the South China Sea and galvanized public opinion, uniting citizens in outrage and resolve. Second Thomas Shoal lies well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, as clearly affirmed by the 2016 Hague ruling. Yet, China continues to dismiss international law, pressing its expansive claims and ignoring the rights of its neighbors. The water cannon attack was not an isolated event, but part of a broader, ongoing campaign to assert control over contested waters. Similar confrontations have become alarmingly frequent, each one raising the stakes and the risk of wider conflict. Public outrage surged across the country. In the streets of Manila, citizens protested, demanding action. Political leaders, facing mounting pressure, realized that diplomatic protests and statements alone were no longer enough to safeguard national interests. The vulnerability of the Philippines' maritime forces was undeniable. Outmatched and outgunned, the need for a new, more robust strategy became clear to both the public and the nation's leaders. This clash was the spark that ignited the nation's drive for military modernization. Determined to defend its sovereignty, the Philippines began charting a new course, one that would reshape its military and redefine its place in the region. China's approach in the South China Sea is a textbook example of gray zone tactics, subtle, persistent, and calculated moves that blur the line between peace and conflict. These are coercive actions that stop short of open war, but still exert immense pressure on neighboring countries. Instead of deploying traditional warships, China relies on its Coast Guard and a vast maritime militia, often disguised as ordinary fishing boats, to swarm, intimidate, and assert control over contested waters. Filipino fishermen are routinely blocked from their own fishing grounds, and even humanitarian supply missions are harassed, all without a single shot being fired. Meanwhile, artificial islands, once just reefs, have been transformed into military outposts, extending China's reach and enforcing its sweeping territorial claims. Each seemingly small act, blocking a boat, chasing away fishermen, or shadowing foreign vessels, gradually shifts the status quo in China's favor, making its presence feel permanent. This relentless, day-to-day pressure is designed to wear down the resolve of other claimants, especially the Philippines, testing their patience and resources. The stakes are incredibly high, not just over territory, but over economic survival, food security, and national dignity for millions who depend on these waters. Responding to these tactics requires more than just diplomatic protests. It demands real capability to monitor, protect, and defend national interests at sea. China's gray zone tactics have become the driving force behind the Philippines' urgent push for military modernization, as the nation seeks to safeguard its sovereignty and future. History offers lessons. Finland, during the Cold War, faced a powerful neighbor in the Soviet Union. Instead of surrendering or provoking war, Finland adopted armed neutrality, building a defense strong enough to make invasion costly. The goal wasn't to defeat the Soviets outright, but to deter them through credible resistance. Today, the Philippines faces a similar challenge with China. Matching China ship for ship is impossible, but a porcupine strategy, making any attack too costly, offers hope. The Philippines is investing in anti-ship missiles, fast attack craft, and surveillance to turn its islands into a defensive fortress. The message to Beijing aggression will come at a steep price. This approach allows the Philippines to assert sovereignty without an unwinnable arms race. It's a pragmatic, modern echo of Finland's survival strategy. Facing growing threats, the Philippines has launched its most ambitious military modernization ever. The program's latest phase, Horizon 3, focuses on building a credible external defense. Billions are being spent on fighter jets, frigates, and advanced radar, marking a shift from internal security to maritime defense. The Navy now fields modern warships like the BRP Jose Rizal, while the Air Force seeks new fighter squadrons. Investments in surveillance and command systems are transforming doctrine and training. The goal, an integrated force ready to detect and respond to threats across the nation's vast maritime domain. This isn't just about new equipment. It's a fundamental change in mindset and mission. The Philippines is forging a military capable of defending its sovereignty in the 21st century. The Philippines isn't standing alone in the South China Sea. Its mutual defense treaty with the United States is the cornerstone of its security, now explicitly covering attacks in the disputed waters. Partnerships with Japan and Australia bring new patrol vessels, joint exercises, and training. Other nations, Canada, the UK, France, Germany, and India, have joined in freedom of navigation operations and naval drills. These relationships complicate Beijing's calculations and reinforce international law. Each joint patrol and exercise strengthens the web of support for Philippine sovereignty. Networked security provides access to technology, intelligence, and global attention. The message, the South China Sea's stability, is a shared international concern. The Philippines' modernization now includes plans for a submarine force, a game changer for an island nation. Submarines offer stealth, intelligence, and deterrence, forcing adversaries to think twice. Building this capability requires years of training and infrastructure, but the intent is clear. Alongside submarines, the Philippines is acquiring BrahMos supersonic missiles, deployable along the coast to threaten enemy ships far out at sea. Together, submarines and missiles create a layered defense, hidden offense below, missile shield above. Any aggressor would face a costly, complex challenge. The goal isn't to win a war against a superpower, but to make aggression prohibitively expensive. This is the sharp new edge of Philippine defense. For decades, the Philippine military focused on internal threats, insurgencies, and unrest. But China's assertiveness in the South China Sea forced a historic pivot to external defense. The military is now retooling for maritime and air operations, investing in radar, patrol aircraft, and modern warships. This shift requires new skills, doctrines, and a strategic culture focused on the sea. Internal security remains important, but the main threat now lies offshore. Peace initiatives at home allow resources to shift outward. The transformation is challenging, but necessary for national survival. The Filipino soldier is now trained to look outward, to the sea. Even as it modernizes, the Philippines maintains a firm diplomatic stance. Leaders consistently assert the nation's rights under international law, referencing the 2016 Hague ruling that invalidated China's sweeping claims. The message, the Philippines seeks peace, but will not yield an inch of its territory. This legal victory is cited at the UN, ASEAN, and global forums, framing the dispute as a test of the rules-based order. President Marcos Jr. has vowed never to abandon Philippine territory, reassuring citizens and signaling resolve to Beijing. The new approach rejects appeasement, combining diplomacy with credible deterrence. The Philippines speaks softly, but now carries a bigger stick. Its voice is that of a sovereign equal, demanding respect and a peaceful, lawful region. Diplomacy and defense now go hand in hand. As of September 2025, the Philippines' commitment to defending its territory is stronger than ever. Across the archipelago, a renewed sense of purpose drives both the armed forces and the nation as a whole. The challenges are real, but so is the determination to meet them head-on. Military modernization and strategic partnerships are long-term projects, not quick fixes. Upgrading equipment, building new facilities, and training personnel all require patience, investment, and vision for the future. Each step forward strengthens the country's ability to respond to any threat. New agreements give allies greater access to bases, enabling rapid joint responses to crises. These partnerships foster trust, improve coordination, and ensure that help is available when it matters most. Joint exercises like Escalating now include complex maritime scenarios and more international partners. These drills test readiness, build interoperability, and prepare everyone for real-world challenges at sea and on land. These drills demonstrate collective resolve and send a clear deterrent message. They show that the Philippines and its allies are united, capable, and ready to defend peace and stability in the region. The ultimate goal: to keep the South China Sea open, peaceful, and governed by law. Ensuring freedom of navigation and upholding international rules benefits not just the Philippines, but all nations that rely on these vital waters. The Philippines is not preparing for war, but for self-defense and stability. The focus is on protecting people, preserving sovereignty, and maintaining peace for future generations. The journey is difficult, but the nation stands firm, quietly determined to protect its future. Every sacrifice, every effort is made with the hope of a safer, more secure tomorrow. From the BRP Sierra Madre to global forums, the message is clear. The Philippines will defend its seas, uphold the law, and work with partners to keep the region free. This unwavering stand is a testament to the nation's courage and its commitment to peace.